What's up mga kokote? It's me Kuya Kyle and welcome to Quadernos. We're in learning is the name of the game at kung bago ka pa lang dito sa YouTube channel, don't forget to click the subscribe, like, share buttons for more updates and videos. So welcome to our introduction guys. And of course, meron tayong trivia for the day. Do you know that the longest bicycle in the world is over 135 feet long? If you've ever ridden a tandem bike, you know that it can be tricky to get one moving. So just imagine how hard it must have been to ride a bike that stretched for 135 feet and 10.7 inches, making it the longest bicycle in the world, crafted by Santos and the University of South Australia in 2015. A group of cyclists did manage to ride the bike, which was much wider than normal in order to compensate for the length over a distance of 100 meters. So guys, naisip niyo ba kung gaano kahaba itong bike na to na 10.7 inches? Sobrang haba nun. Mas mahaba pa siguro sa tao yun. And now our agenda for the day. We will be able to know parallelism, difference between parallel and non-parallel sentences. We'll enhance our grammar awareness and the importance of parallel and non-parallel sentence, or in short, importance of parallelism. So, grammar awareness, parallelism. So, what is a parallelism? It is much of the forms of words, phrases, or clauses within a sentence. Editing your work for parallel construction improves clarity and emphasizes your points. It also refers to matching grammatical structures in sentences. Elements in a sentence that have the same function or express similar ideas should be grammatically parallel or grammatically matched. What are the uses of parallelism? In rhetoric parallelism, it is used to persuade, motivate, and evoke emotional responses, and in an audience and is often used in speeches. The balance between clauses or phrases makes complex thoughts easier to process while holding the reader's or listener's attention. Now we have parallel and non-parallel. So, analyze the following sentences and samples between the difference of parallel and non-parallel structure. So, we have here good writing requires you to plan outlines, write several drafts, and revision. And in parallel sentence, you have good writing requires you to plan outlines, write several drafts, and revise your work. So, sa non-parallel, pinashort yung sa last sentence, yung revision, the word revision. So, sa non-parallel, is pinikti niya yung word or pinales niya and parang ginawa niya yung word na deep word siya. Ganon. Which is revise your work means to revision. And the next is Zell has intelligence, honesty, and she is funny. Zell has intelligence, honesty, and humor. So ano ba yung parang ibang word sa funny? So, pag pinaikli mo siya, gagawin mo siyang parallel, papaikliin mo siya, gagawin mo siyang humor. So, isa lang yung parang ginamit natin dito kasi kung sa non-parallel merong Zell and she, sa parallel meron lang Zell and sinabi na lahat yung yung kaniyang personalities and pinaikli pa yung funny. I mean, hindi naman pinaikli, yung word mas pinalalim, ginawang humor. So, next is these boys could name the types of trees, flowers, and some kinds of birds in the forest. That is non-parallel. And just a parallel, these boys could name the types of trees, flowers, and birds in the forest. So, ang pinakaiba dito is, yung some kinds is naging name. Naging, parang, these boys could name the types of trees, flowers, and some kinds. These boys could name the types of trees, flowers, and birds. So, tinanggal yung some kinds. So, mas pinaikli siya. So, ginawa na lang siyang, the boys could name the types of trees, flowers, and birds in the forest sa parallel sentence. So, yung sa non-parallel is, masyado siyang, para siyang detailed siya. Pero yung sa parallel is, parang, parang shortcut na siya, ganun. Pero, nandun pa rin yung point. And next example is, I wondered whether to make an outline first or I should write the rough draft. And in parallel, I wondered whether to make an outline first or to write the rough draft. So this is non-parallel, we use the word I. I should. So dalawa ulit. Merong I should and I. Merong I wondered and I should sa non-parallel. So sa parallel, merong ginawa siyang isa lang yung parang ano mo, parang subject mo, isa lang tinutukoy. So I wondered whether to make an outline first or to write the rough draft. So parang choices lang siya, hindi na siya parang pinahaba pa na I wondered or I should, ganon. Parang straight to the sentence na. Outline first or to write rough draft sa parallel. And our last example is, her choices were 1, beginning college, or 2, find a job. Her choices were 1, to begin college, or 2, to find a job. So, ano yung difference dito? So, sa non-parallel is beginning. Her choices were 1, beginning college, or 2, find a job. So, ayun, sa parallel is pinaikli lang siya yung word beginning. Ginawa siyang begin. So, ayun. So, parang ang pinagkaiba na non-parallel sa parallel is, yung non-parallel is detailed siya and mahaba. And yung non-parallel simple but still has a point. And uses deep grammars, deep words, ganon. And what I have learned about parallel structure. Lack of parallel structure can disrupt a rhythm of a sentence, leaving it grammatically unbalanced. Proper parallel structure helps to establish balance and flow in a well-constructed sentence. The alignment of related ideas supports readability and clarity. So, ayun. Pag kulang tayo sa parallel structure, yung sentence natin, para siyang hindi balance. Okay? Parang may kulang, ganun. Parang may mas lamang. And yung tamang paggawa ng parallel structure is tinutulungan niyang i-balance yon. Okay? Binabalance niya yung flow ng sentence. Tsaka para mas maging clarity yung mga ideas na binibigay doon. And what is parallel structure and non-parallel structure? So, ano ba talagang pinagkaiba nila? Parallel structure is when you use the same way of describing several things in a list. Non-parallel structure occurs when you mix the verb forms. So, eto, maklarong-klaro naman siguro sa atin is, yung parallel is yung sentence mo, same way siya ng pagde-describe mo sa mga madadaming bagay. And yung non-parallel is, parang naghahalo ka ng verb. And para makapag-form ka pa ng bagong verb. So, ayun nga, sa non-parallel, humahaba. So, importance of parallelism. Lack of parallel structure can disrupt a rhythm of sentence. Ito yung binasa natin kanina. And yung mga parallel structure kasi, or parallelism, siya yung mga repetition ng mga chosen grammatical form kung saan yung mga sentence is particularly popular among orators because it usually simplifies the structure of sentences. So the speaker can hold audience's attention for longer and present their message in digestible terms. It is also useful when a writer wants to emphasize the relationship between two or more ideas. So ayun yung parallelism. Parang repetition siya ng grammatical form sa mga sentences na nakakatulong siya and magagamit mo siya pag gusto mong i-emphasize yung mga ideas mo. Yon. Importance of parallelism in our daily life. Helps make an idea or argument clear and easy to remember. It also shows that each repeated structure is of equal importance, and it is a powerful tool for public speaking. Throughout history, many famous leaders have used parallel structure to communicate with the public. So, ayun pala yung importance ng parallelism sa pang-araw-araw ng natin na buhay. Kasi siyang powerful tool natin na pwede nating gamitin sa public speaking para mas maging confident tayo and para mas maging kahanga-hanga yung ating mga sinasabi. And ayun pa yung ginagamit ng mga leaders, mostly siguro mga presidents, no? or sa kusamang organization yan para i-communicate yung topic sa public. So, why lang ngayon guys para sa parallelism natin, and I hope na may natutunan kayo. This is Kuya Kyle signing out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.